Lester, that's right. New segment this week on the program. Not happy with this toque. I'm sweating already. Woo! Fight through it. Push forward. Complaints? Not here. Maybe later and throughout the whole episode. Lester, welcome in. It is another warm day in Mississauga. This, of course, is episode what? That's right, Lester, 25. And you know, I'm not going to say it, but I will. Should I? I will. We only celebrate on the 10s. It's not the 25th anniversary. It's just episode 25. Okay, folks, you know that. Friends, you know. You know. I got a little bit of caffeine in me. We're going to cover that in a second, but we got to roll the theme songs. So we should probably do that right now.
What the hell is this?
I speak jive.
Will you stop?
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
They think they got the answers. I change the questions.
You don't like it? We don't care.
What a dumb thing to do. I bet you wouldn't have done anything like this if Mom and Dad were here.
The recognized symbol of excellence in
Dramatic comedy. Friends, welcome in. Let me try to get my... You know, I could just move the whole desk over and I would never be blocking that. You'd think after however many episodes that's been dangling right there that I would think about that. Don't play with the pen, put it over there. Friends, welcome. The ramble has started early. When I do this, it's because it's sticking to my sweaty chest, okay? It's not some nervous tick. Hi, Colin from Canada, episode 25. Welcome in. It is a Thursday morning. I am not a morning person, but my time constraints, my scheduling has got me here in the morning to film this, as all other times were taken because I'm busy. That's what I'm trying to say without running around with extravagant words. I've been busy, so we're here in the morning filming what I will hope will be the entire episode in 2 hours. Good luck, Colin. Hi. Lester is over there. You know it. You can't see him, but he's there. Good coffee is always free. We're going to end with the movie poster. The pen is taped as I try to point to it. AmCan Connection. We'll just do that. Greatest tag team, the single greatest tag team walking the earth today. That, of course, me and Jason Up over at the I Am the King of YouTube. Lester told me so. There it is. It's good that the robe is yellow and the crown is gold yellow, so it really matches. You can barely see it. Most importantly, we have to point to this. This is the 1986 original movie poster for Stand By Me. I thank you. That's from England. I bought that a long time ago. Took it out of the roll. That's probably the second time I've ever taken it out of the roll, and I'm trying not, you can see it's kind of, I'm trying not to jack it, but okay, we're good. The beverages, should we go over them? That's one. You know, it's followed by two. Of course, the large coffee. I had a McDonald's breakfast this morning. I don't want to talk over my drinking. It was delicious. Sausage and egg McMuffin. We have the not the ceremonial, the Dr. Zeus tumbler, which leads to, listen, open your ears, hurt your fingernails. That's what I do. Okay? Yeah, I had a sausage and egg with a hash brown. Starting to have ketchup with my hash brown. That's a new thing that you guys need to know about. Again, those who will eventually write the definitive novel or reference guide to this show. Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk, episode 25, but the show is what it's called. We're gonna pour the rest of this bad boy in here. As we do, we're gonna put the lid on the Dr. Zeus tumbler. We're gonna open all the holes, and we are... Ceremonial first sip was a cold one, and that's how you want your Diet Coke. Friends, is that the horse voice? That's the morning voice. We're good. New segment on the show, Lynn Riddell's debut, aka Queen Mama, aka Mama Canada, Queen Mother of Canada. I know, there's several names she goes by. When the autograph hounds are seeking an autograph, you have to have aliases. Please, people, use your head. Sad news this week. We lost a legend in the entertainment industry. Several, actually, but Chuck Mangione, okay? Where were you when you heard? Sorry. Not Chuck Mangione, although he did pass away. We're talking about Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan. Don't know what to say about either, so I'll just go off the top of my head. First heard and this is a true story, first heard Black Sabbath on an episode of Beavis and Butthead, and they went absolutely, pardon my French, ape shit when Iron Man came on, and I was like, what in the world is this? Loved it. That's my Ozzy story. Hell of a nice guy from what you read about. Just would give you the shirt off his back. Not that I would know, I've never met the man. And Hulk Hogan, you're delving into, can you separate the character from the man? And if you idolized Hulk Hogan as a child, as most of us did, you're idolizing the character Hulk Hogan, not Terry Bollea. So, if Hulk Hogan brought you joy as a youth, and Hulk Hogan made you do the right thing or act correctly, then it's a sad day because Hulk Hogan has passed away along with Terry Bollea. I'm not big into debates I can come with the thunder. I'll argue till my face falls off, but I don't do that here. This is a debate-free zone. Unless I'm really passionate about it and I know I'm right, then I'll drive it into your skull and make you believe clearly that I'm right. But if you can separate, like I said, if you can separate the man from the character, then it is a sad day because he was wrestling. I don't care what anyone says. Wrestling's not where it is today without Hulk Hogan, okay? Could Vince McMahon have picked somebody else? Of course he could have. Would it have been as popular? I really don't think so. I think Terry Bollea was the right man for the Hulk Hogan job. The Hulk Hogan job meaning bringing wrestling into another stratosphere, into the mainstream. So, Hulk Hogan, rest in peace. Ozzy Osbourne, rest in peace. And Chuck Mangione. Feels so good. Get a little taste of it there, maybe? Okay, copyright infringement. We gotta take that off. Lester, I've opened all the beverages, displayed them, I've done the wall. I think the welcome, I've told everybody about Mom, so I think it's time to start the show.
Speed's such an important part in the realm of professional wrestling. Power, of course, and that guy has it right there.
Friends, the first segment is always this, so you know where I am going. It's 5 VHS from the collection. I was teasing about 5 DVDs from the collection. We're gonna have to start that next week as I did not bring any DVDs with me for this episode and I have to film the whole episode right now. But we're gonna do a fun little thing here. For the introduction to the VHS, we're gonna play a little game for you watching at home, for the friends that are gonna comment in the comment section. When I was a youth, I made my father, John Riddell, living legend, get a membership to any and all video stores or any place that rented VHS because I needed to watch every single WWF Coliseum video release known to man. So the trivia question, the game is, in the comments, tell me, where did my father get his very first membership card to rent movies? I will give you 2 hints. It was not a video store, and you could only find this place in Canada. Comment below. It's time for 5 VHS from the collection. Power Karate. Hunks with hats. Tai Chi for arthritis. Stretching to the classics. It is that time where we touch physical media with our hands and point them at new technology. Hot to trot, Bobcat Goldthwait, or however you say his name, I can never pronounce it correctly, Dabney Coleman, more importantly, Don the Horse. Okay? That is a 1989 release. I won't read the back. It's quite long, but you get it. He probably talks to a horse. In Hot Pursuit, sealed from Paragon Video. They were hooked on life in the fast lane. Convicted for drug smuggling, 2 young men stage a daring escape from a southern prison and return to wreak havoc with the local authorities. Sounds like a bit of a Dukes of Hazzard motif, if you know what I'm saying. Hopefully that glare isn't too bad on the sealed In Hot Pursuit from Paragon Video. Scarecrows. Trespassers will be violated. Unimaginable horror awaits those who dare enter the domain of the Scarecrows. 5 bank robbers on the run with over $3 million in stolen cash have the horror-filled time of their lives and deaths when one of the robbers takes the cash and parachutes from the hijacked plane into a deserted cornfield. A cornfield filled with scarecrows, possessed by a powerful supernatural force. Determined to capture their mutineering compatriot and retrieve the money, the others order their hostages to land the plane. They begin their hunt on foot, but soon realize they are the hunted. One by one, they fall prey to Scarecrow's torturous ways. Scarecrows they first thought stood guard against evil spirits. A way out of this living hell is their only concern as the bloodthirsty Scarecrows reap their own hideous harvest. This 1988 theatrical release features special effects makeup artist Norman Cabrera, whose credits include Fright Night 2 and Summer School. Summer School, oh yeah, and who assisted Oscar-winning special effects master Rick Baker on Harry and the Hendersons and TV's Beauty and the Beast. Continuing High School USA, Buddy, Michael J. Fox, and her from Facts of Life, Nancy McKinnon. Oh yeah. I believe this was a TV movie. Tell me about it, guys. This hilarious and heartwarming comedy is about the social and peer-regulated society of a typically Midwestern high school, my apologies. Like most schools, Excelsior Union High School has its cliques. The preps, nerds, greasers, and intellectuals. A confrontation erupts between the king of the preps, town aristocrat Bo Middleton, and class clown JJ, who has become a mentor for the nerds, intellectuals, and other assorted outcasts. When JJ develops an interest in Bo's girlfriend of the moment, a battle begins that climaxes in a car race between Bo in his new Porsche and JJ in his old but newly transformed Valiant. High School USA stars today's teen stars as the students and many of the teen stars of yesterday as the teachers. Michael J. Fox, Nancy McKeon, Todd Bridges, Angela Cartwright, Bob Denver, Kathy Silvers, Tony Dow, Dwayne Hickman, David Nelson, and Barry Livingston. Thank you very much. To wrap it up here, this was one I found years ago. It's Solar Man. The hottest new superhero, an interview with Marvel's Stan Lee is an added feature. I'm not even sure, I don't know if this is worth anything, but you know, it's Marvel and it's from 1989 and Stan Lee actually has black hair in the back. You know, no one wears a powder blue sweater like Stan Lee did, okay? Stan Lee was the man. Don't watch the documentary. Don't watch the documentary. Guys, that was 5 VHS from the pile. Hopefully, next week, we're gonna do DVDs as well.
You know, earlier on, I had a chance to ask the Ultimate Warrior a very simple question, what he expected out of the WWF. He wasn't at a loss for words.
Lester, without being too overdramatic or maudlin, I would like to tell you that the fondness in my heart grows at a weekly pace for the woman that you call your wife. Okay? We learn things about the woman that we didn't know. Did we know that she's been a Mexican for 23 years? Maybe you did, but I didn't. We learn. There's insight. If you wade through you'll see it. Insight.
You have no idea who knows me. I'm not the rancher. I got marbles here. I have 2 boobs, not 6. Do you know you have scratchy toilet paper? Was I always a Gonzalez? I'm not from here. Mr. Seacrest ought to be rolling in his grave. He ain't even dead a year and his kid's already selling his stuff.
Friends, I am super excited about this week's thrift store haul. Many thrift stores were visited, many things were purchased, and we're gonna show them to you right now. But as you know, I like to hear the jingles. I like to hear the bumpers. I like to see the graphics. Because without them, Lester probably wouldn't have a job. So Lester, hi. John Dote Hit. Dote Hit? John Dote Hit. John Dote Hit. Dote Hit. John Dote. Friends, we're gonna dive right into it as I do have a lot. One game, we're going with Scribbage, the official word building game for family fun. This is from 1968, and it looks like it, folks. Let's get a shot of that. So basically, you roll the dice have letters, and you make words, and I believe that you have to go off other words from the other players. Okay, what should we, how about the books? Yeah, we'll do the books. Family Circus, what does this say? Family Circus, Sam's taking a cat nap. Tubular Android Superheroes. That kind of grabbed me. I don't know, superhero book from the 80s, you know. Save that for last. Roll Me Up and Smoke Me When I Die, Musings from the Road by Willie Nelson. There we go. Canadians in the Vietnam War, something you don't hear all that much about, but this is a whole book about individual soldiers, written by individual soldiers and their time in Vietnam. Tales of Times Square. This is delving deep into the certain area of Times Square back in the 70s. That looked like a good read. Jack Kerouac, Big Sur. Don't have that yet. And this is a wrestling book that I have never seen and never heard of, which is odd because, as you know, wrestling is my game. Whatever Happened to Gorgeous George? Right on. I had no idea that book even existed. The Complete John Lennon Songs. This is all the lyrics and any stories behind any of the songs that are known to the public, because why would some guy know what John Lennon meant unless he talked to John Lennon? You know what I'm saying, guys. Okay, Garfield Takes His Licks in his 24th book. Garfield Chews the Fat. I think I already have that one. Set number 17. Garfield Feeds the Kitty, 35, and the very first book, Garfield at Large. Those are the books done. Android box. You guys know about the Android box with HDMI cable. You can have some fun with that, put stuff on there, play some video games. How about the VHS? Volcanoes, River of Death. Nature's Fiery Fury Unleashed, exclusive real-life volcano footage. Real volcano footage. Back in action. Designed to give relief to low back pain sufferers, a good practical low-impact workout. Back in action. A therapeutic exercise program designed to ease the discomfort associated with lower back pain. And, okay, it's kind of borderline if I can pronounce it. It's instructed by Tina Schwager. I got it, guys. I can say that. That's Tina Schwager, okay? And she wants you to see her upper teeth in that shot, okay? If you have back pain and you enjoy looking at upper teeth, she's gonna help you. The lottery video with John Patrick. Do you like these videos where this guy has some scheme or some system where you can win the lotto? Unbelievable. This is gonna be a good watch. And it goes for, I don't know, and dare I say, sealed? Okay. I was gonna see how long it went for, but I can't because it's sealed and there's a bunch of stickers on the back. Like you give a rat's keister. Real Deal Casino computer game. Not a big computer game guy, but if it's a casino game, relatively new, not an old one, I do have fun with the casino games on the PC. Nora's Hair Salon. Tatiana Ali from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. An attractive actress and a talented actress. Life's Too Short, sealed, the complete first season. Ricky Gervais and buddy from Willow, Warwick. No, I know this. I know this. Warwick Davis. Yes, Warwick Davis. Frogmen, U.S. SEALs, number 3. This is just, you know, the SEAL team in action. Leave those till the end. Double feature, Van Damme, Black Eagle, and Lionheart. 2 for the price of 1. I will say yes to that. John Cleese and Michael Palin's personal best from Monty Python. Ant-Man and the Wasp on Blu-ray. These were from the Oakville Library. These were probably 25 cents each. They do have the Oakville and the barcode and all that, but it's the Young Rock Blu-ray Season 2. It's United We Fan, the fans that shape TV history. This is a documentary about fans who brought their favorite shows back after the shows were canceled. So that seems like a cool documentary. Finally, Hearts Beat Loud, starring Nick Offerman. Ted Danson is in this. And the wife from Meet the Parents that's married to Robert De Niro. Don't quote me on the name because I don't know it. She did a pain relief commercial or a diarrhea commercial back in the day. I'm digging way too deep. It's a good flick. It might be on Netflix. I don't know. Check it out. Okay, CDs, and then we're done with the thrift store pickups. Disco Fever, The Rolling Stones' Emotional Rescue, Jose Gonzalez, In Our Nature, specifically the last track, Cycling Trivialities. Check it out, guys. Bruce Springsteen, Nebraska, probably my favorite album by him. I'm not a huge Bruce fan, but Nebraska's a pretty good album. Nielsen Gold, this is a 3-disc greatest hits package from Harry Nielsen. He's the guy that, I didn't know he sang that. He's one of those guys. A lot of stuff you didn't know he did. Stan Getz and Kenny Barron, People Time. Barry White, Staying Power. Best of the 70s, 1976. My apologies for the glare. Talking Heads, Naked. With the Beatles. Hole, Live Through This. This was from the library as well. Better Oblivion Community Center. No idea if it's a band or a whatever, but the name caught me, so I was going to investigate that. Again, when you go to some of the libraries, they have like a tin, so you take what you want and you put some cash in the tin, so you kind of make your own prices. That's why I grabbed maybe some stuff that is perhaps subpar or you don't know what it is. This was the final thing. Hi-Fi Days Cocktail Nights, 3-disc compilation of people I have never heard of, but I believe it's big band type music, or literally it could be anything. So I'm gonna have to report back to you on that along with the snore strap. I didn't forget, I just haven't done it yet. Guys, this has been Thrift Store Pickups.
Adrian Adonis looks to me just like you put on maybe some 25 pounds in the last 6 or 7 months.
Friends, as I've mentioned in previous introductions to the hard-hitting news clips that Colin from Canada provides here at Colin from Canada Presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk, I have mentioned about being on location and you are the cameraman and you are the sound guy and you are the presenter. It's just you out there with a camera and all the equipment. And when you need help from those around you, you take it. Why do a station ID, identification, when you can get 2 local, beautiful people to do it for you? That's a load off your shoulders. That's not the saying.
Done something that is very good.
He was murdered,
but now he's dead.
Reach out to the man who died.
Do the math.
Your mama, she's for free and everybody knows it.
I'm done.
I'm Arlene.
Welcome to Bellshire.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Carol.
Carolines.
Some of the folks getting ready to kick off the festival. It's hard to say those lines this time of day.
Friends, a little update regarding the electric scooter fiasco and the nuts and washers that we're trying to obtain. But again, the language barrier with China and the manufacturer is a little risky. Rona at Mavis, don't get me started, went on to the interwebs and went to Amazon. Had the nuts the next day. John Riddell helped me fix it. You know why? Because he's a goddamn living legend.
How much is in butter? How much is in butter? How much is in butter?
Friends, Colin from Canada here. We are at Saddington Park. Dad wants me to get a shot of what we're looking at. This is the harbour. But we need to pay close attention to John Riddell's ensemble this fine afternoon. We have the slip-on shoes with the business socks, matching knee braces, cut-off jean shorts, golf shirt probably a size possibly too big. The tooth is in and the hat is on. That's how we roll. Friends, I don't want to overuse the term beating a dead horse, but when it comes to the camera roll segment, I truly am beating a dead horse. To the point where I've beaten the dead horse and it has solidified into the ground, and I am now continuing to beat only the mere ground. Guys, it's time for Let's Go Through My Camera Roll. Dry cleaning movies, mushrooms on toast. Just a couple of horses' asses. Electric pressure cooker, urinating. Passion fruit chest cake, Charles Barkley. Friends, I will not be turning to the right as all the photos are written in my notebook. They will appear over here. You know how we do it. Lester, I know they know, but I like to, not everybody, I'm gonna get to it. Some people, this is some people's first episode. So I gotta do my thing. So the friends have gotten used to it, Lester, don't worry. Photo number 1. As you know, I'm a fan of the thrift stores. I think you've gathered that. And when I'm out at the thrift store and I see a price of something that is absolutely ludicrous, and I need to speak to the manager or the head honcho of whoever is in charge of this operation, and I have to pose this question to him or her. Are you huffing glue? Or is the person who put the price on this product huffing glue? Because you guys are lost. Let's go to it. It's Hooked on Mad, and when we flip it over, that's a $7.50 price tag for a Mad paperback book. Guys, I'm gonna let you, I know. Settle. Lester over here, ready to jump the barrier. There's no barrier between him and I, barrier free. Photo number 2, I can feel the caffeine. Photo number 2, how to speak Southern. If you thought Hooked on Mad was a great deal, let's flip this guy over and $9.99. The paperback is about this thin because I have it at my house already. I didn't buy it for $9.99. I obtained it at a previous thrift store years ago. You get what I'm saying. Lester, you have to keep it. I want to keep this on a professional level. You're a little animated, so Photo number 3. Fan Expo in Canada, that's like our homemade Comic-Con for those of you in the States. We're gonna be advertising Vivica A. Fox, and let's see the photo. She's an attractive lady. Yep. You're organizing Fan Expo. It is a reflection of the San Diego Comic-Con. Not even close to how big the San Diego Comic-Con is, but it's a comic book convention, a pop culture convention, mostly comics. Who is the King Daddy Topper, Kingpin, Godfather of all comics, and everyone should know? Stan Lee. And you have him as Vivica A. Fox. Love it! Photo number 4. Pat Hogan is my good buddy from back in the day. He's my partner in crime since age about 4 or 5. He obtained a dog. The dog's name is Chunk. It's a French bulldog. Right there. Say hi to Chunk. Photo number 5, you know that you're really taking the knife around the bottom of the peanut butter container when you're showing a photo of your teeth from 2014. But if we look closely, there is some interest in here. My lower wisdom teeth are coming in horizontally. We're gonna zoom in and you're gonna see. If you have to pause the video to get the children to the TV, I'll allow that. Okay? Wisdom teeth. Still there. 11 years later. Guys, that was goddamn entertaining. Pardon my French.
Jim the Anvil Neidhart and Hitman Bret Hart. What a formidable team put together by the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Friends, as you know, we didn't solve the mystery when it comes to the letter. We covered that. The councilman, not the councilman, whoever, was kicked out of the meeting and Ray didn't like it. He thought it was atrocious.
Atrocious.
And that was last week. We're gonna dig deeper into his thoughts on what happened to that lovely man named Bob. Lester, your brother-in-law awaits.
Raymond Lyman, ridiculous. You calling me a liar? Well, I ain't gonna think about suing the city. Raymond Lyman, ridiculous. You calling me a liar? Well, I ain't gonna think about suing the city. I mean, you had students from the high school and you had students from the college, and I thought that was disgusting. To show students like that, politicians, do stuff like that in front of, to do stuff like that, the made me sick.
Come with me. I think that's a song. Come with me. Elvis. Come with me. My something. I'm not a big Elvis fan, can you tell? Guys, it's the introduction to the Deep Cut Deep Dive, and that's one hell of an intro. It's from 1987. It's a comedy. I referenced it earlier. Hang on tight. Lester, roll the bumper. We're not divulging it yet. Lester didn't know what clips to take from the Deep Cut Deep Dive, so instead, Colin from Canada is singing over this bumper. I assure you, this is real. Friends, it's time for the Deep Cut Deep Dive, and I am going to try desperately to do it off the top of my head because every time I bring in the particulars, I stumble over it, and it looks very unprofessional. And as we know, guys, I know and you know, nothing screams, as I stumble over that word, professionalism like this setup. And this gentleman. It's Colin from Canada. It's good junk. 87 comedy entitled Summer School, starring Mark Harmon, Kirstie Alley, the girl that was in Melrose Place and did the comedy with Carrot Top that Norm Macdonald made the joke of on Conan O'Brien, chairman of the board. I bet board is spelled B-O-R-E-D. She's in it too. Mark Harmon is a gym teacher named, I gotta get it over here, Freddie Shoop. He's ready to go to Hawaii. School has just ended and he is ready to go when he is pulled back by the administration and told that he needs to teach summer school or he risks losing his job as the gym teacher. So guess who's not going to Hawaii? Mark Harmon. He agrees and he is trusted with teaching a ragtag group of people summer school. Now, not only is he teaching them summer school, but he's also helping in their lives because their lives are not exactly perfect. He's teaching them remedial English, but really he's helping in all of their lives, whether it be teaching her how to drive, or she's pregnant and he's going to the Lamaze class, or these two want to create a horror movie, so he helps with the horror movie. He helps in all their lives and really makes a difference. He also is falling in love with Kirstie Alley, who is the, I believe, the history summer school teacher. So antics galore. It's a good comedy from the 80s that most of you probably have never seen. Again, I like to delve into the often put aside comedies or forgotten about movies of the 80s. It's not a long deep dive. It's not a deep, deep dive, although it usually is. It's 1987. It's Mark Harmon. It's Kirstie Alley. It's, I got it. Courtney Thorne Smith. That's who I was referring to. She's in it too. Guys, it's available everywhere to rent, but nobody wants to rent it. You want to get it for free, and if you don't tell anybody, I'll send it to you, along with any other. I'll make this abundantly clear. If you watch the past episodes, any deep cut, deep dive that I've covered on this program, I will send to you at this email. It's as simple as that. Guys, it's summer school. If you can find it for free, take a gander. If you can't and you're interested, and you love Mark Harmon in the role of comedy, this is your movie. That was really rough, but it's summer school. Thank you.
Look at the size of Big John Studd, enormous everywhere. Studd is blocking the view of the whole far side of the spectrum.
Friends, part of being on a game show is letting the world know what you do for a living. Does the world give a crap what you do for a living? No. Are they going to forget your name right after the episode? Yes. Are they going to forget exactly what you do for a living right after the episode? Yes. Why do we do it on game shows? I have no clue. They want the host to have a little, as one of my poker players says, banter with the contestants. You might as well ask them what their favorite ice cream is. Like, nobody cares. But anywho, you want to make sure you choose your words correctly when you're telling the world what you do for a living. I think you know where this is going.
When things aren't going my way, I'm thinking pasta.
2,500.
Here's the VHS collection.
Your Construction Safety Association.
Ryan?
How you doing?
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
What's your story?
Well, I'm in young girls' pants. I manufacture pants.
Friends, I am deep into the episode and I have maybe 2 bloopers under my belt. This is not the bloopers segment. This is the introduction to Gorilla Monsoon, and the only thing I can come up with this week is I have a sneaky suspicion that whenever you went out for dinner with Gorilla Monsoon, he would probably pay the bill. I think he's the type of guy that probably never would have had you pay for dinner. That's a good man, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you see that?
Couldn't see it from our vantage point.
Will you stop? All kinds of pandemonium broken loose here.
Madison Square Garden, the mecca of professional wrestling.
He should have never said those things about Elizabeth. The Macho Man doesn't need much provocation to get bent out of shape when it comes to Liz.
Friends, the battle is still raging as these words come out of my mouth. You know, I was going to say particular, but we're going to go, you know exactly what I am talking about. It is the Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk weekly show and tell poll. Lester, let's roll the bumper. Delta Force Pizza. Delta Force Pizza. Friends, you know how I do it. I turn to the right at an early hour, like we discussed earlier. It is 11:40 in the morning on July 25th. That would be a Friday. I look at the poll, 9 votes have been cast, and Roddy Piper and Mr. T continue to reign supreme with 78% against the Goonies chunk reaction figure at a paltry 22%. Professionalism is not the greatest right now, so I have to pause the video and I'll be right back.
6 Busch Light, 6 Bud Light, and I love them, tall boys.
Tall boys?
Friends, I'm back. I realized that I didn't actually have the item on my desk, so we had to go get it, bring it back. Did a little wash up on it. You're gonna see it in a second. If all the votes stay the same, which they will, don't know why I say this, Piper and T will continue their reign of terror upon Colin from Canada's Good Junk. Let's see who the challenger will be this week. I could have taken a sip when I grabbed this item, but here we go. Not in mint condition, but it is a beautiful item from 1976, the Incredible Hulk Piggy Bank. Okay, lovely color sticker there, and then non-color sticker there. I've had this since I worked at Goodwill. I'm pretty sure I used it because As you can see, the top is a little crackety cracked. That's me probably saying, I'm never gonna ever take this money out of here, and then I needed money for a Proline ticket. Proline, again, for those in the States, is the only way you could bet on sports before it was legalized in Canada. The lottery let you bet on sports. Anyways, getting to my point. Here is the challenger. It's the Incredible Hulk. I don't need to say anything else. It's from 1976. It's the original superhero collector's edition bank, the Incredible Hulk. Yes, got that when I worked at Goodwill, probably for $1. And it being cracked, it's probably only worth $1, but it's a cool little thing to put on your shelf, and if you don't really look at the top of it, you don't know it's cracked. It's a 2-on-1, but when the 1 is the Incredible Hulk and the 2 is Roddy Piper and Mr. T, it's going to be one hell of a battle. A legit itch of the nose, not a nose hair. Okay. Guys, you know what to do. I'd like to see a new champion. Piper and T have been champions for quite a while, so vote now. I don't want to influence your voting, but look at that kisser. Okay. Guys, vote now. It's the Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk weekly show and tell poll. Let's see if we can get a new champion. Let's see if we can get 20 votes. Fingers crossed, people. Fingers crossed.
Terry Funk, always with devious thoughts in his mind, and a real ring veteran. Can't sell this individual short. He's a tough cookie.
Friends, as I mentioned earlier when I was introducing John Riddell, living legend. No, I was introducing Gorilla Monsoon. Also, not living, but a legend. Getting to my point. The bloopers have been few and far between. I guess I've been on point today. There's none of that. No errors. Very few. So I don't know what's going to happen after I stop talking and I throw to the bloopers because I don't know how many I'm going to have. It's probably going to be really paltry, so I might throw something in there to make it all that much better. What am I doing? Gotta stop saying, What can I tell you? Try again, son. What am I deep in thought up in here? That's here nor there. You are actually laughing. Himmin' and hawin' and rippin' and rollin'. Okay, often. No, nope. Beating a horse. Ask that he or she friends, I like a tight collar, so let's bring that up a bit. See how much better that looks? And funny enough, I was driving to the girlfriend's, she's pet sitting. I was driving to the pet sitting with my girlfriend. Start that again.
We try to pride ourselves here in the World Wrestling Federation on having some of the greatest, if not the greatest referees in professional wrestling.
Friends, I know you've been waiting. Anytime that there is a new segment premiering on Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk, you await it with bated breath, longing, yearning, staring, wanting, needing to see what I have come up with. Queen Mother of Canada is throwing it down. Hold on to your socks. May I introduce, I think we're going to title it as such, Queen Mother of Canada presents Conversational Scottish. And it starts now.
Hi, Queen. Fit with you in a day.
Friends, I have been asked via social media means where I get my sponsors. That information will never be made public. If Lester is taken hostage in any form or fashion by any terrorist or non-terrorist organizations, and he is tortured by any means, he will never give up the agreements, partnership, trust that lives between this production and our sponsors. It's a secret that dies with us. Perhaps that's overdramatic, but as you know, what we do here is dramatic comedy. I'm not saying any part of that diatribe was comedic. It all sounded dramatic to me. Lester? Yes. Serious. Dramatic. You will never know where these sponsors come from. That being said, the relationship, as the weeks progress, the at-ease, lackadaisical appearance and tone of myself is growing as I now know that the hands are still held when this hand is the sponsor and this hand is in fact mine. It's an ease, it's a relaxed breathing, not tense when introducing the sponsor every week. Lester has noticed a difference in me, and he has privately told me that behind the scenes. Colin, when you do the sponsor, there's no anxiety, because as long as you, the friends, continue to learn safety, because as long as you, the viewer, continue to learn and to stay safe in this harsh world based on 1970s films, graphics, and sounds, I am happy and I am at ease because my friends are safe and my mind is calm. Because when the waters are rough, it's not good. It's not good. Take these words and take these visuals and learn from them. And stay safe out there, people. Because we're only on episode 25. And as far as I'm concerned, this show will never end. I've veered way off. I know, I hear you, Lester. We gotta wrap it up. Guys, I think somewhere in there you know what I mean. And I think somewhere in there you found the comedy. But was it intentional or unintentional? You decide.
You ever had India food?
Will you please stop?
Catch it.
The empire of taste.
Will you please stop?
Catch it.
The feeling of falling is bad enough when it's only a nightmare. When you get it in reality, you can be badly injured, crippled, or handicapped for life. 1/3 of a million people are in the U.S. every year. What's a little time or money or thought if it can help you prevent accidents around the home?
Ladies and gentlemen, I have climbed the mountain. I have done it yet again with majesty and grace. Watch me trip over majesty. I just did. And grace. Didn't trip over it. It is time for the goodbyes. Would you believe that I have filmed this entire episode in an hour and a half? Judging by the bloopers, I think you might, because there's very limited. I would like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. If this is your first episode, if this is your 25th episode, if you've been along with me in the driver's seat for the entirety of this absolute drivel and nonsense, I thank you for tuning in once again. I hope you're enjoying the show. I hope I'm keeping your attention by rambling like an absolute idiot, which I do on the weekly. The new segments, again, Mom debuted this week. Men's Toes we're bringing back next week. We're gonna add DVDs from the collection. We still haven't done Driving with Colin. And funny enough, this week I was driving to where my girlfriend was pet sitting, and I thought, you should really start filming because you do encounter idiots. And right after I said that, approaching a stop sign, 1 lane each, guy coming from here, cuts into my lane, and I kind of do this out the window to let him know that he should be over a bit. and he stopped his car like he wanted to chat. We had a little chit-chat. Of course I didn't film it because had I have been filming prior to that, I would have got the whole thing, and it would have been awesome. So we're going to get into driving with Colin. It's going to be great, guys. Trust me, I got stuff in the hopper. The week after next, I will be camping. I think I'm going to prepare a best of episode to drop during that week while I'm camping. But you better believe while I'm camping with the girlfriend, you know who's going to be with us? Have I told you yet? You're goddamn right. It's the living legend. It's John Riddell. We do not go camping without the living legend, John Riddell. We will have photos, we will have stories, we will have videos, because no doubt hilarity will ensue when all three of us get together and we go camping in Alliston, Ontario. That's the email in case you want to get in touch with this moron. Come on down, shoot an email if you wish, ask me anything, request anything. As you know, I deliver. I got one. I'm not ignoring Buddy. What's his name? I forgot his name, but the monkeys, they're coming. I didn't forget. Trust me. And other stuff you wanted, we're going to be in touch probably tonight. I think I've said enough, guys. It's been a pleasure producing this episode with my man Lester in an hour and a half. I believe that's record time. The only other time where it was really quick was the flu game where I looked very pale, and that was really quick. I'm going to shut it. But remember, we don't finish an episode without saying this. The Pepperettes, they're a firm $12. There's no haggling. Die Pepperettes zijn een stijfig $12 ein Aufdinger.
A recognized symbol of excellence in
dramatic comedy.